Are you tired of that options trading roller coaster? I mean, the complexity, the emotional decisions, that constant screen time, just staring at charts. It feels like a full-time job sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. It can be exhausting.
Yeah, I've definitely been there. But what if there was a way to aim for really impressive results, but like completely hands-free? A way to skip the complexity and get your time back.
That's the dream for a lot of traders, isn't it?
It really is. So today we're going to explore an approach that, well, my team and I have found incredibly effective. It's about how experienced traders are getting significant annual returns using fully automated options trading, and specifically using a platform called Tradier.
Right.
We're talking about a strategy that's averaged, believe it or not, over 100% annual returns for like the last decade plus.
Pretty remarkable number.
They really are. So our mission here is simple. Unpack the tools, the exact steps,
right,
and the results behind this strategy. We want to look at how accessible it is, especially if you're maybe newer to automation, but you get trading basics.
Right, for beginners getting into this space.
Exactly. We'll see what makes it work and, does it actually deliver on simplifying your trading life? We just want to give you the essential knowledge to understand this automated path.
Sounds good.
Okay, so let's start with a really key piece, Tradier. We hear this name popping up more and more with automated trading. So what exactly is Tradier? Why is it so important here?
Yeah, it's a great starting point because Tradier, it's not just another broker you might know. It's US-based, and it was really designed from the start with, let's say, tech-savvy traders in mind. It's got this API-first approach.
API first. What does that mean in practice?
So what that means is it's fundamentally built to allow other software to connect to it easily. It embraces open access and sort of plug-and-play automation. This is a really big difference from a lot of traditional brokers.
Wow.
They might have APIs, sure, but often they're complex, maybe only for big institutions. Tradier is different. And we really like that it's an options-first broker. That makes it just ideal for strategies like vertical spreads, defined risk trades, the kind of thing we focus on.
Right.
Plus, the commissions are really competitive. We're talking $0 for stocks and either $0 or 35 cents or even just 10 cents per options contract, depending on how much you trade.
Wow, 10 cents.
Yeah. And crucially, it gives retail traders API access, no institutional gatekeeping. And of course, it's fully U.S. regulated, FINRA and SIPC member.
Okay, you mentioned FINRA and SIPC there. Just quickly, for anyone maybe not familiar, what does that mean for me as a trader? What do those mean?
Absolutely. Good question. So FINRA, that's the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. They're basically the watchdog authorized by Congress, overseeing brokers in the U.S., making sure things are fair and ethical, protecting investors.
Okay, the oversight body.
Exactly. And SIPC, the Securities Investor Protection Corporation, that's like insurance for your account. Similar to how FDIC covers bank deposits, SIPC protects your securities and cash in your brokerage account up to $500,000 if the brokerage firm itself fails.
Ah, yeah.
So having both with Tradier adds a really significant layer of security and, trust.
That's definitely reassuring. So, okay, Tradier has this API-first design. How does that actually make automation easy, especially for someone who gets trading but is new to the whole automated side of things? Why is it considered, perfect for this?
Well, the real benefit comes down to how smooth the integration is and how efficient the execution is. From our own experience, what really makes Tradier stand out is just how simple it makes automation for a regular retail trader.
Simple how?
It integrates seamlessly with platforms like global auto trading, which is, essential for what we do. This means you can literally automate verified trading signals with just one click, no coding needed at all.
Really?
One click. And it's about real-time API execution. This is so vital in options. There's basically zero signal lag. Your orders go straight to the market instantly. That's crucial for getting the price you want, right? Especially with options moving fast.
Absolutely. Fill price is everything sometimes.
Exactly. And if you trade vertical spreads, which can be a headache to get filled right manually, sometimes Tradier is super spread friendly. It handles them natively, smart routing, no execution nightmares we used to see elsewhere. It genuinely creates this hands-free workflow.
Hands-free.
Yeah, no logging in each week to re-enter trades, no constant approvals needed, and like I said, zero coding required from you. You just set it up, let it run. It frees up so much time and, frankly, mental energy.
That hands-free workflow, yeah, that sounds amazing for anyone who's felt chained to their screen.
Yeah.
I remember those days, just eyes glued.
We've all been there.
Definitely. So, okay, for someone listening thinking, I want that, What are the actual practical steps? How do you set up this fully automated trading using Tradier and get to that hands-free point?
It's actually surprisingly simple. Really, just 3 main steps to get you on autopilot. First step, open a Tradier Brokerage account. Just go to their website, fill out the application. We usually recommend funding it with at least $2,500.
Okay, $2,500. Why that amount specifically?
It just allows for proper trade sizing and risk management, especially with the kind of strategies we run. Gives you a bit of room. But you can start with less if needed, of course.
Got it. Step 2.
Second, you open a global auto trading account. Now, this is the key link. You connect your global auto trading account to your Tradier account. This connection is what enables the automation. It's the bridge between the signals and your broker. No coding, no software installs needed on your end.
So global auto trading is the engine, Tradier is the vehicle.
Kind of, yeah. That's a good way to put it. And then finally, step 3, you subscribe to a signal service, like our monthly trend strategy. Once you activate that service, you just choose how much you want to allocate per trade, like how many contracts, and that's it. From then on, everything runs on autopilot in your Tradier account. It's really about letting you use proven strategies without that daily grind.
That path sounds very clear. Okay, but this brings up a big question, right?
Yeah.
Many people listening might already have an account somewhere else, maybe Robinhood or Interactive Brokers IBKR or TD Ameritrade.
Yeah.
How does Tradier really compare? Let's put it side by side.
Yeah, absolutely crucial comparison. We need to look at the features that really matter for automation. And when you compare them directly, the differences, well, for what we need, they become pretty stark.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let's start with options commissions. Tradier is $0.35 or maybe even $0.10 per contract. Super competitive, especially if you trade spreads often. Robinhood is, of course, $0, which is attractive.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. Look at IBKR and TD Ameritrade, typically $0.65 per contract. Seems small, but it really adds up with regular options trading.
For sure. What about the core thing, automation support?
Right. This is key. Tradier, full retail-ready automation designed for simplicity. Robinhood and TD Ameritrade, basically none. No real support for this kind of external automation. IBKR does have automation capabilities, yes, but it generally requires a much more advanced setup. Often coding specific configurations. It can be pretty intimidating if you're just starting with automation.
Right, not quite plug and play.
Not in the same way, no. Then third-party signal support, again, Tradier is a clear yes, especially with global auto trading acting as that bridge. Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, again, no direct integration like that. IBKR does support global auto trading, but again, it's within that more complex environment.
Got it. And the API access itself for just a regular retail trader?
Tradier, yes, readily available, pretty user-friendly. Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, generally no, not for individual retail folks. IBKR, yes, they offer it, but like we said, often needs more technical know-how to really use it effectively.
Okay. Any other quick comparisons, like apps or support?
Yeah, quickly. Tradier's mobile app is, well, it's basic but functional. Good for checking balances, positions, not for heavy charting or trading. Robinhood's app is slick, great user experience, but no automation, right? IBKR's app is powerful, but can feel dense, maybe overwhelming. TD's app, Thinkorswim, is very powerful too, but maybe feels a bit visually dated to some.
And support, if something goes wrong.
Critical point. Tradier has responsive human support, email, phone, and they understand the dev side too. We found them really helpful. Robinhood is mostly app-based support, can be hard to get a person. IBKR feels more corporate, maybe impersonal. TD is a bit mixed, depends on the issue.
So weighing all that.
Yeah, for that combo of low cost, easy automation support, signal integration, and good reliable service, Tradier really hits the sweet spot for us.
Makes sense. Now safety, always a top concern when you're talking about your money, especially when you hand over control to an automated system. So what's the final word on Tradier safety? It's reliability for automated use. Can you really trust it?
Look, we can confidently say, based on regulation and our experience, yes, Tradier is safe, stable, and 100% reliable for automated trading. We mentioned it before. It's fully U.S. regulated, strict compliance.
The FANRA and SIPC thing.
Exactly. FANRA membership for oversight, SIPC protection up to $500 for your account. That's a huge safety net right there.
Okay, that's the baseline. What about in practice?
Right. Beyond the rules, our own experience is key. We've been running automated strategies on Tradier for, over 3 years now, consistently, day in, day out.
Yeah.
In that entire time, We have had 0 missed trades due to platform issues, 0 outages during market hours, nothing. That speaks volumes about its reliability and stability. When you're automating, you need that dependable execution.
Absolutely critical.
And if you do have a question, their human support team, email, phone, they're fast, they're knowledgeable. So yeah, it's that combination. Strong regulation, proven stability in the real world, and good human backup. Makes it very dependable.
Okay, very clear on the safety and reliability.
Oh, good.
So let's get to the exciting part. What does this all mean for potential returns? The reason people trade. I know the info we looked at had some pretty eye-popping figures. Can you walk us through the real results?
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting, right? The monthly trend strategy that we run, fully automated through Tradier and global auto trading, the results have been incredibly consistent and frankly substantial over a long time.
How substantial?
We've seen an average annual return of 115% over the past 12 years.
115% average.
Average annual return. Over 12 years, it's a track record that's hard to beat. And maybe even more important for peace of mind, this strategy has never had a losing year in that entire 12-year stretch.
Never a losing year. Wow.
How? A huge part of it is our strict focus on defined risk trades only. We never use naked options. So your maximum possible loss on any trade is always known right up front before you even get in.
Okay, what kind of trades specifically?
Specifically, we use monthly bull-put spreads on the SPX, the S&P 500 index.
Okay.
A bull-put spread, for those that may be less familiar, is an option strategy designed to profit if the underlying the S&P 500 here just stays above a certain price. It's a relatively conservative strategy within options.
Makes sense.
And we stick to a very disciplined 1-to-2 risk-to-reward ratio, meaning for every dollar we might risk, the target profit is $2. That favorable ratio, combined with a high historical win rate, is really the engine behind that consistent profitability.
1-to-2. Okay.
And I really want to emphasize this. These aren't just, hypothetical back tests run on historical data. These are real, actual trades executed in real client accounts following these exact signals.
Verifiable results.
Exactly. That real-world performance and transparency is what gives us and our clients so much confidence.
Okay, that's impressive. Now, every tool, no matter how good, usually has pros and cons, right? What would you say are the key strengths and weaknesses of using Tradier specifically for auto trading, based on your experience?
Yeah, definitely. Let's break it down. The pros for Tradier and auto trading are, for us, really compelling. First, like we said, it's just built for automation. Robust signal support is core to it, not some add-on. Second, those low-cost options commissions. Huge advantage, especially for spread strategies where commissions can really bite. Third, that retail API access without major hurdles. It democratizes automation. You don't need to be a big institution.
Big deal for accessibility.
Huge. And finally, that reliable, fast human support. Knowing you can talk to someone knowledgeable is honestly invaluable when money's on the line.
Okay, those are strong pros. What about the cons, the downsides?
There are a few things to be aware of, sure. Depends on your needs. Tradier currently doesn't offer futures or crypto trading, so if you need those, you'd need another broker alongside it.
Okay.
Also, while the mobile app works, it is pretty basic compared to slicker apps like Robinhood. It's more for checking things, not deep analysis or complex manual trades.
Functional, not fancy.
Exactly. And lastly, it probably has fewer built-in charting tools than some older legacy platforms that maybe some very experienced manual traders are used to. But honestly, for its main job efficient, automated options trading these cons are often pretty minor trade-offs for most people using it this way.
Understood. So let's bring it back to the listener, maybe someone new to automated trading thinking about this. We mentioned that recommended starting amount for a Tradier account. Can you just quickly remind us of that and maybe talk about the flexibility once you're up and running?
Absolutely. Yeah. We generally recommend starting with at least $2,500 in your Tradier account. That amount really allows for proper trade sizing, good risk management, especially since our system usually works with a one contract minimum setup for the monthly trend strategy. It just ensures you're not starting out over leveraged, gives you enough capital to manage the defined risk properly.
And you're still in control.
Oh, completely. You always maintain full control. You can pause the automation, you can cancel it entirely, anytime you want, right from your global auto trading dashboard. It's your money, your account. You can adjust your allocation per trade, stop everything if you need to. The tech is there to empower you, not take control away.
That's a really important point. So wrapping up then, if you're listening and you're looking for a way to, simplify your options trading, get the emotion out of decisions, and follow a strategy with a really strong historical track record without being glued to a screen, well, This automated approach using Tradier and integrated signals like the monthly trend seems like a genuinely compelling solution.
It really is. It's an effective way to tap into market potential without letting trading consume your entire life.
And maybe stepping back even further.
Yeah, this whole approach kind of makes you think, doesn't it? In this world where we're just overloaded with information, constantly making decisions, how could automating certain well-defined investment strategies maybe reshape how we think about building wealth? Could it free up mental energy for other things? It's definitely something worth pondering beyond just the numbers.
That is a powerful thought to end on. Thank you so much for joining us on this exploration of automated options trading with Tradier. We really hope this gives you some valuable insights. We encourage you to explore these ideas further, see if they might fit into your own journey. We think it could be truly transformative for many traders. If you enjoyed this episode and want to stay ahead with fresh insights every other day, don't forget to hit that subscribe button or follow our podcast. We've got more exciting content coming your way, and we can't wait to have you back. See you soon.